Dear students of class 7, I am Syed Firoz Alam. Today I will discuss a lesson from English for Today book. It is Unit 4 and Lesson 6. Now let us move to our next slide. We know that the title of our unit is People Who Make a Difference, and you can see the learning outcomes here. Now let us learn the learning outcomes of today's lesson. After we have studied this lesson, we will be able to ask and answer questions, read and understand text, match words with similar meaning, write answer to questions. Okay, let us move to our next slide. You can see some pictures here. Now guess the picture. In picture 1, you can see a woman is cooking something. In picture 2, you can see the family members are having their meal. In picture 3, you can see a man. He is carrying something over his head. In picture 4, you can see a woman working in the yard. In picture 5, you can see 2 girls playing. And in picture 6, you can see a woman working in the yard. So, where do you think the family lives? What do you think? Yes, the family live in a village. So our lesson is the Homemaker part 1. Before starting our lesson, we will learn some keywords from this lesson. Here you can see the words and meaning of the words. Carpenter. It means a woodworker who makes or repairs wooden objects. From hand to mouth. It means to have just enough money to live on and nothing extra. Rain or shine. It means doing something without being affected by weather. Now, let us move to our today's lesson. Read about the family. Now, we will read our today's lesson. Mrs. Nazma and Mr. Joinul Ali live in a small village with their daughters, Mitu, aged 7, and Nitu, aged 5. So today we will read about Mrs. Nazma and Mr. Joinul Ali, who live in a small village. They live with their daughters. One is Mitu and other is Nitu. Mitu is 7 years old and Nitu is 5 years old. Joinul is a carpenter. Joinul is a carpenter by profession. He is hired by the villagers to make chairs, tables, pira. Pira means low stool, and other furniture. The village people hire him to make chairs, tables, pira, or any other furniture. He is also asked to do small repair work. Sometimes people ask him to do some small repair work. But Joinul does not find work every day. But it is a matter of sorrow that he does not find work every day. He lives from hand to mouth. He just earns enough to support his family, just only for a day. He does not remain anything extra by which he can maintain his family for 2 or 3 days more. So, from this text, it is clear that Joinul does not have a shop. He just works as a carpenter. The villagers hire him. He also does some small repair work, but he does not find work every day. He lives from hand to mouth. On the other hand, Nazma does all the work at home from morning to night, rain or shine. And Nazma, she does all the homework from morning to night, whatever the condition or whatever the weather may be, and teaches them Bangla and English alphabets. And she teaches them Bangla and English alphabets and some numbers. And she also teaches them some numbers. They do not go to school. Mitu and Nitu do not go to school. Their mother, Nazma, she could study only up to class 5. Joinul is illiterate and Joinul is illiterate. He cannot read or write. So dear learners, from this passage, it is clear to us the family lives in a village. And today we have read about the family of Mrs. Nazma and Mr. Joinul Ali. In this passage, we see that Nazma and Joinul live in a village. They live with their daughter. One is Mitu and another one is Nitu. Mitu is 7 years old and Nitu is 5 years old. From this passage, we come to know that Joinul is a carpenter. He works as a carpenter. The villagers hire him to make chairs, tables, pira, and many other furniture. Sometimes people also ask him to do small repair work. But Joinul does not find work every day. Whenever he finds work, he earns money and he can buy daily necessary things. But whenever he is unable to find work, his family has to starve because he lives from hand to mouth. He does not have anything extra by which he can maintain his family for 2 or 3 days more. And in this passage, we see that Nazma does all the homework or household work from morning to night. Whatever the condition may be, whatever the weather may be, she has to continue her work. And sometimes she sits with her daughters Mitu and Nitu. She teaches them Bangla and English alphabets, and sometimes she also teaches them some numbers. And it is a matter of sorrow that Mitu and Nitu do not go to school. Nazma could study only up to class 5, but Joinul is illiterate. So this is the passage all about. Now we will move on to the next slide. Now we will do some exercise from the lesson. Dear students, it is a matching. Match the phrases or words with their meanings. In the left column, you can see some words, and in the right column, you can see some words. You have to match the words with their similar meaning. First one, live from hand to mouth. Second one, rain or shine. Third one, alphabet. And fourth one, illiterate. And in the right column, you can see all the letters in a language. A person who does not know how to read and write. Next, you can see spend all the money you earn on basic needs easy. For food and clothes, you cannot save any money in good or bad weather. Here, dear students, easy means for example. So let us match the words with their meaning. Live from hand to mouth. You can match spend all the money you earn on basic needs, for example, food and clothes. you cannot save any money. So in this condition, a person who lives from hand to mouth, he has to spend all his money on basic needs, just for food and clothes. He cannot save any money. Next one, rain or shine. You can match in good or bad weather. Alphabet. With alphabet, you can match all the letters in a language, and there remain one word, illiterate. You can match it with a person who does not know how to read and write. So an illiterate person is unable to read and write. So dear students, I think this matching is clear to you. So before I give you homework, I will recap this whole lesson for a better understanding. So today we read about the Homemaker part 1. In this lesson we read about Nazma and Joynul. They live in a village with their daughter. They have two daughters. One is Mitu and one is Nitu. They are respectively 7 and 5 years old. Joynul works as a carpenter. He is hired by the villagers to make table, chair, stools or many other furniture. Sometimes he does small repair work, but he does not find work every day. He lives from hand to mouth. On the other hand, Nazma does all the household work from morning till night, in rain or shine. Sometimes she sits with her daughters. She teaches them Bangla and English alphabets and some numbers. She could read only up to class 5, but Joynul is illiterate. And we have also learned some matching here. Now I will give you some homework from this lesson. First, discuss in groups and write an answer to this question. First, you have to discuss in groups. You can discuss with your classmates, and then or you can discuss with your friends, and you have to write this answer. What do you think is the reason why Mitu and Nitu do not go to school? Why they do not go to school? You have to write this answer. Dear students, you must do your homework, and you have to show this homework to your teacher when your school will open. And if you want to share your opinion with us, you can share it through our email address. So dear students, that's all for today. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you.